Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today. Today's tip is one of those tips that is so easy, and yet I'm still struggling with doing it 100% of the time. It's going to be a simple tip, and guys, you're either going to look at this and go, oh my God, how did I not know about this? Or, oh my God, how did he think that I didn't know about this? Stick around, see which one it is. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate that. If you would, hit the subscribe button, the notification button. Thank you. I'm just going to get right into this. So let me turn the camera around. This is the row of docks that I'm about to fish. And I'm coming in at this angle, but this is not how I want to fish these docks. See this green dock right here? That is not the dock that I want to fish first. And the reason for that is that if I'm up on my boat and I'm casting and wanting to skip under that dock, I'm gonna have to be casting over my deck, which means hitting this or just kind of having to finagle around my boat. So let me reposition for a minute and I'll show you how I am gonna work these docks. All right, so all I've done is come around to the far side, and now I'm gonna swing around. So now you can see that I've turned the boat so that I'm coming in. You can see that green dock out in the distance. And so now what I'm going to be doing is I'm working this dock and that dock. Now when I'm standing up on the bow of the boat, my rod tip is out in front of the boat. I'm able to get the rod tip low, be able to skip under each of those docks as I'm working down the bank. So this is really just a matter of making sure that I am attacking each row of docks where I'm moving in a direction that is more convenient for me to cast rather than having to cast back behind the boat. So I'm going to show you the wrong way, the way that I was coming up in the beginning of the video, and you'll see what the issue is. So now, coming up on that dock. And so now for me to skip underneath that dock, I've got to be getting my rod tip back here, which is putting it right up on my windshield and things like that, which means I'm constantly leaning out. I don't get as good as skips. I'm not able to get down next to the water. I end up doing things like pitching, which doesn't necessarily get me the cast that I want. It's just not as efficient. It can be done, but it's not as efficient and it's not as comfortable as if I was going the other way. So you can see, being a righty, now I can skip under these docks and I've got all the space in front to be able to get in and do that. and there's a fish. Look at that. So that's the way it works. We'll get him back. Guys, real simple tip. Just make sure that as you're working those docks, if you're working docks where you're going to be skipping and things like that, if you're a righty, that you're coming at it so that your right hand, your skipping, your casting arm has that room in front of your boat to be able to get that rod tip low. You can't do that if you're working the other way, where in order to get low, you're coming back over the deck of your boat. Real simple tip. Like I said, send me a comment, tell me, hey man, I knew that, obviously, oh my God, that was so simple. Or you know what, you're right, I get caught doing that every once in a while, going the wrong way on a set of docks. Guys, have a good evening. We'll talk to you again tomorrow on another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors. Take care, everybody.